The secret to your entire future is hidden within the final 10 minutes of your consciousness before you drift off. Most people waste this precious window scrolling through their phones or worrying about the day, but you are about to learn how to master it. By intentionally directing your thoughts during these fleeting moments, you are planting seeds into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, effectively dictating the events that will manifest in your waking life tomorrow morning. Welcome to the science of SATS, a technique that has transformed the lives of thousands by bridging the gap between desire and reality. This is not some vague mystical concept, but a precise mental exercise designed to bypass the critical faculties of your waking mind. By understanding how to influence the subconscious during the transition into sleep, you gain the power to reshape your personal history and invite new opportunities into your life with total, unwavering mental clarity. The state akin to sleep, or SATS, is a specific physiological condition where you are drowsy but still retain full control over your focused attention. It is that sweet spot where the body is relaxed, yet the mind remains sharp enough to visualize a scene with intense emotional detail. By entering this state deliberately, you are essentially entering a laboratory of the mind, where you can construct the blueprint for your future success without any interference from external distractions. Your conscious mind acts as the gatekeeper of your subconscious, constantly analyzing, doubting, and rejecting ideas that do not fit your current reality. During your waking hours, this gate is firmly locked, preventing new patterns from taking root. However, as you prepare for sleep, the gatekeeper begins to lose its grip on logic and skepticism. This is your chance to slip past the defenses and imprint your deepest desires directly into the core of your being. When you practice SATS, you are facilitating a biological shift from high-frequency beta waves to the calm, creative alpha waves of the brain. Beta waves are associated with our analytical, stress-filled daily grind, while alpha waves open the door to deep visualization and subconscious receptivity. By consciously moving into this rhythmic state, you are lowering your mental defenses and creating a clear channel for your intentions to be processed as if they were already happening in physical reality. Neville Goddard's core philosophy is simple yet profound. Imagination is the only true reality. He taught that your physical world is merely a reflection of your internal state, shaped by the feelings you harbor within. By consistently identifying with your desired outcome while in a drowsy state, you align your inner world with the external results you crave. This is the foundation of his work, proving that you are the architect of your own destiny through intentional thought. Think of SATS as the bridge between your imagination and physical reality, a necessary path for your thoughts to travel before they manifest. When you visualize a scene repeatedly until it feels natural, you are essentially constructing this bridge, allowing the subconscious to find the path of least resistance to your goal. It is not about forcing things to happen, but rather aligning your internal frequency so that your physical environment inevitably conforms to your mental imagery. Traditional goal setting often fails because it relies solely on willpower and external effort, which only triggers more resistance from the skeptical mind. You might write down lists or make vision boards, but if your internal state remains unchanged, nothing shifts. SATS succeeds where these methods fail because it targets the root of the problem, your subconscious programming. By changing the feeling of the wish fulfilled internally, you remove the struggle and allow your goals to manifest naturally. Your subconscious mind is a literal powerhouse that cannot distinguish between a physical event and a vivid mental projection. When you vividly imagine a scenario, your brain fires the same neural pathways as if you were actually experiencing it in real time. This biological quirk is the secret weapon for manifesting your desires. By tricking your subconscious into believing the event has already occurred, you effectively rewrite your internal reality and force the external world to catch up to your vision. Before you even think about closing your eyes, your environment must be curated for total relaxation and focus. Treat your bedroom like a sanctuary designed for high-level mental performance rather than just a place to sleep. Remove clutter, dim the lights, and ensure the temperature is perfectly comfortable to prevent any physical friction. By creating a calm and controlled atmosphere, you signal to your brain that it is time to transition from the chaotic waking world into a state of deliberate creation. Distractions are the primary enemy of a successful SATS session, so you must eliminate them before you lie down. Put your phone in another room or turn on silent mode, and ensure that no sounds or sudden interruptions can break your concentration. If your mind is cluttered with notifications or unfinished tasks, you will never reach the necessary state of drowsiness. Clear your physical space to clear your mental space, allowing you to dive deep into your intended vision without external interference. Success in this practice relies entirely on the clarity of your singular intention. Do not try to manifest a dozen different things at once, as this only dilutes your mental energy and creates confusion. Instead, distill your desire into one specific outcome that represents your ultimate goal. By focusing your entire intent on a single, clear target, you create a powerful gravitational pull that directs your subconscious efforts toward a precise result, ensuring your energy is never wasted on secondary thoughts. When drafting your mental scene, remember that brevity is your best friend for effective repetition. Create a short, punchy narrative that lasts no more than a few seconds, making it easy to loop over and over again without losing focus. If the scene is too long or complex, your mind will wander, and you will lose the necessary state of immersion. A tight, loopable script allows you to sink into the feeling of the wish fulfilled with effortless and consistent grace. To make your visualization truly real, you must anchor it with specific, high-definition sensory details. Don't just think about the object or the event. Feel the texture of the surfaces, notice the subtle play of light, and observe the fine details of your surroundings. The more vivid and specific your mental imagery, the more your subconscious accepts it as a genuine memory. These sensory anchors are what bridge the gap between a fleeting daydream and a powerful, reality-shaping mental experience. Go beyond just sight by engaging all 5 of your senses to build a multidimensional mental script. Can you smell the fresh air, hear the faint sounds of the environment, or feel the weight of an object in your hand? When you layer these sensory inputs, you create an immersive experience that feels indistinguishable from reality. This total sensory engagement is the key to convincing your subconscious that your desired outcome is not just possible, but already a tangible fact. Finally, you must stop being a passive observer of your scene and start participating as the main character. Do not watch yourself from the outside. Step directly into your own body and experience the event from your own perspective. Feel the physical sensations of movement, touch, and emotion as you interact with the world you have created. By moving from observation to active participation, you claim ownership of the reality you are manifesting, making it an undeniable part of your life. Focus on the physical sensation of your desire, as if it is already your reality. Imagine the cold weight of a gold coin in your palm, or the texture of a new leather briefcase handle under your grip. Do not just watch a movie in your mind. Feel the actual pressure and temperature of the object. By anchoring your consciousness in these tactile sensations, you bridge the gap between imagination and the physical world, making your internal state feel undeniably real. As you lie still, you must consciously drift into the twilight zone of your brain, that hazy threshold between wakefulness and deep slumber. This is where your logical mind begins to power down and the subconscious door swings wide open. It feels like a gentle descent into a pool of warm water where gravity loses its hold on your limbs. This is the precise mental architecture required to bypass your critical faculties and plant the seeds of your future. Recognizing the hypnagogic state is your secret weapon for successful manifestation. You will know you have arrived when your surroundings seem to fade away and your internal imagery becomes as vivid as a high-definition movie. You might hear faint sounds or see flashes of light that feel disconnected from your physical room. When your body feels heavy and your thoughts begin to drift into spontaneous, dreamlike fragments, you are perfectly positioned to begin your nightly SATS ritual. The perfect window is that fleeting moment when you are drowsy enough to be detached from your physical body, but still alert enough to maintain control over your thoughts. If you feel yourself slipping into unconsciousness too quickly, try to keep one eye slightly open or focus on the rhythmic sound of your own breathing. This delicate balance is where the magic happens, allowing you to impress your subconscious mind with your desired outcome while you remain the conscious architect. Maintaining focus without drifting off requires a gentle, persistent touch. Think of it like holding a fragile bird. If you grip too tightly, you will wake yourself up, but if you let go, the vision flies away. Keep your mental scenes simple, perhaps just a single action like shaking a colleague's hand or signing a contract. By keeping the scenario brief and repetitive, you prevent your mind from wandering and keep your concentration locked on the specific goal. When your mind inevitably wanders toward your daily worries or tomorrow's to-do list, do not get frustrated or try to fight the distraction. Simply acknowledge the thought and let it pass like a cloud floating across a clear sky. Gently guide your attention back to your chosen scene, starting the loop over from the beginning. This process of returning to your vision is actually strengthening your mental muscle, making your manifestation practice more effective with every single repetition. The power of the loop is found in repetition, which is the language your subconscious mind understands best. By replaying the same short scene over and over, you create a deep groove in your neural pathways, signaling that this reality is your new truth. Do not worry about changing the scene or adding new details. The magic is in the monotony. As the loop becomes effortless, it begins to feel like a natural memory rather than a forced fantasy. Finally, never force the outcome or obsess over how it will manifest in your physical life. When you struggle, you introduce resistance and doubt, which actively works against your success. Instead, surrender to the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let the universe handle the logistics of the how. Your only job is to inhabit the state of being. Once you have done that, trust that the reality you have constructed will inevitably unfold in your waking life. The secret ingredient to making SATS work is the feeling of naturalness. If you try to force the visualization, you create a sense of effort that feels foreign to your subconscious mind. Instead, you must allow the scene to feel as mundane as brushing your teeth or walking through your front door. When the experience feels completely ordinary and expected, your mind stops resisting the manifestation and begins to accept this new reality as your current truth. Many beginners fall into the trap of trying too hard, which actually creates mental resistance. When you strain to visualize every detail, you are signaling to your brain that the object of your desire is absent and difficult to obtain. This tension acts as a barrier, keeping your manifestation at arm's length. You must approach SATS with the relaxed focus of a daydream, letting the images drift into your consciousness rather than chasing them with desperate, forceful intent. Gratitude is the emotional catalyst that bridges the gap between your current state and your desired outcome. By feeling a genuine sense of appreciation for what you are experiencing in your scene, you validate the reality of your desire. This isn't just about saying thank you. It is about embodying the relief and joy that comes from having your wish fulfilled. When gratitude saturates your visualization, your subconscious recognizes that the goal is already yours to keep. The most critical moment occurs just as you drift off, where you must fully surrender to the state of wish fulfilled. This act of letting go allows your conscious mind to step aside, handing the blueprint of your desire over to the subconscious. If you wake up and start worrying about the how or the when, you undo the work. Trust that the seed you planted in the twilight of sleep is already germinating in the dark. While you dream, your brain enters a unique state of neuroplasticity, processing the information you fed it before drifting off. Science shows that during REM sleep, the brain consolidates memories and reinforces new neural pathways. By engaging in SATS, you are essentially programming your brain to prioritize your specific scene. Your subconscious mind works tirelessly throughout the night, organizing your thoughts and perceptions to align perfectly with the reality you constructed during those final moments of wakefulness. Think of your subconscious as a high-performance computer that runs your scene on a continuous loop all night long. It doesn't judge whether your desire is too big or unrealistic. It simply accepts the imagery you provided as the new baseline. By repeating your scene right before sleep, you are installing a new software update for your life. This internal processing ensures that your subconscious begins to scan the world for opportunities that match your new, programmed reality. Waking up with this new internal programming changes how you interact with the world the very next morning. You will find that your reactions to challenges are different, and your intuition begins to guide you toward your goals without conscious effort. This isn't magic. It is the result of your subconscious mind finally being in alignment with your desires. You are essentially waking up as a slightly different version of yourself, one that is already living the life you visualized. To master this, start tracking your progress over a 30-day cycle. Keep a simple journal where you record your visualization scenes and any synchronicities or shifts you notice in your daily life. Consistency is the primary factor in solidifying these new neural habits, so don't be discouraged by early hiccups. As you look back at your notes after a month, you will be shocked at how your internal world has reshaped your external circumstances in ways you never expected. Consider the entrepreneur who spent months visualizing a successful product launch while drifting into sleep. By anchoring the feeling of sold-out inventory in his mind every night, he bypassed the anxiety that usually paralyzes business owners. When he finally opened his doors, the market response was exactly as he had rehearsed in his subconscious. This is not just a lucky break. It is the deliberate application of SATS to align your reality with your deepest professional ambitions. Skeptics often dismiss this as magic, but the truth is rooted in the science of neuroplasticity. When you enter that drowsy state, your brain waves shift into the alpha and theta range, making your neural pathways highly suggestible. You are essentially rewiring your brain to stop reacting to old limitations and start creating new possibilities. It is a biological process of training your mind to perceive opportunity where others only see dead ends, proving that manifestation is entirely scientific. When doubts creep in, do not fight them with force, as resistance only gives them more power. Instead, acknowledge the negative thought and gently pivot back to your scene, just like a calm captain steering a ship through a storm. If you find yourself spiraling, simply restart your visualization loop from the beginning. By consistently choosing the desired outcome over the fear, you starve the doubt of its fuel and strengthen your mental focus on the ultimate goal. Consistency is the only variable that truly matters when you're building a new reality. You cannot expect to plant a seed in the morning and dig it up by the afternoon to see if it has grown. Treat your nightly SATS practice like a top-tier athlete training for the Olympics. Even if you feel tired, show up for those few minutes before sleep. That steady, unwavering commitment is what eventually collapses the distance between your desire and manifestation. As you continue this practice, you will notice a profound shift in your daily decision-making. You will stop making choices based on the fear of lack and start acting from a place of certainty. Because your subconscious has already lived the success, your external actions will naturally align with the version of you that has already achieved the goal. This internal transformation inevitably dictates the quality of your life, turning your daily life into a series of intentional victories. Tonight, keep it simple. Get into bed and relax your body until you feel completely heavy and at peace. Once you reach that drowsy state, condense your goal into a short, looping scene that implies your wish is already fulfilled. Keep the scene brief and repeat it over and over until you drift into sleep. Do not worry about how it happens. Just focus on the feeling of reality and let your subconscious mind handle the heavy lifting. Trust the process, even when the world around you seems to suggest that nothing is changing. Transformation often happens beneath the surface, much like a rocket preparing for launch before the engines even ignite. You are the architect of your own experience, and your persistence will eventually manifest the reality you have been holding in your mind. Stay patient, stay faithful to your vision, and watch as your internal world begins to reshape your external circumstances with absolute precision. If you're ready to take control of your reality and master the art of manifestation, make sure to like this video to save it for your nightly practice. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss another guide on unlocking your hidden potential. Your journey toward a life of intention starts the moment you close your eyes tonight. Join our community and let us manifest a brighter future together starting right now.